talk about this week. Oh
Oh, I
boy.
know, right? What a pleasant surprise we got this week.
For real, and potentially more pleasant surprises to come. I've been reading about other things as well that might be interesting.
Yeah. Well, let's save it till the masses arrive.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
All right. Looks like it's connecting to everything. I'm asleep. I'm just gonna fall asleep right now during the stream.
Okay, we'll get to see it play games in your sleep, huh?
Yeah. Good night, everybody.
Unless you just made a bot or something to play the game for you as you slept.
Yeah, dude. I programmed to be just about as good as I am, so it'll die a couple
Oh, well that wouldn't take much work, I guess.
times. Yeah. Don't wanna, don't wanna oversell it. So yeah.
Yeah.
So I couldn't get the video thing to be 100% working, but cause I get stuck in like 4-3 mode. So luckily we're playing a 4-3 game.
Mm-hmm.
So at least there's that. Can't
Yeah,
get it
so
to
are we
go
live?
widescreen. Yeah,
Oh,
we're
we are
live.
live.
See, there you
Okay,
go.
well,
But
forget the intro, folks. You know who we are anyway.
yeah, we're not gonna do the intro ever again. It's over now. If you want that intro, too bad, so sad. Cry me a river, all right? I don't care about that anymore. I'm done with
Yeah.
it.
Alternatively, you can just go back to one of our many streams anytime that one of these starts and just listen to the intro there.
Yeah. See,
But
come on.
yeah.
You need to do the work too, you guys.
But anyway, hey, yeah, hello to Lino Bro, Sins of Steam, and Zero right here, who I see are in the chat already. And there might be others, but I can't check right now.
Yeah, they're a bunch
Um,
of nerds anyway.
so are we looking at the manual?
Yeah, I didn't realize it had like the actual manual in it. It's pretty cool.
That is really cool. Yeah, man, talk about a blast from the past.
I know. You don't see stuff like this anymore, that's for sure.
Yeah, man, I recall this thing as if it were yesterday. The old black and white manual with the very strange Mega Man Legends 3D character models, which are not anywhere in the game, but I don't know, they're all, you know what I mean, they're all strange looking.
Yeah.
Favorite Mega Man game? Hey, you're in good company there, William. Um, oh yeah, here's what I'm
There they
talking
are.
about. These models.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know why didn't they just use the artwork, like the Japanese character artwork? There's plenty of that to go around.
Because this is America. You gotta have cool pre-rendered graphics like Donkey Kong, alright? Come on. Oh, unless you're
Oh,
these
Gramps.
two.
I know Gramps has one. That's just nuts. Yeah, I know. Rose figures are awesome. And I'm always laughing at Teasel here. He just has the weirdest mouth.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like his head is way too small too.
Can I like zoom in on this? Oops.
I don't know. This is a new feature to me.
Oops. I guess not. I don't know what.
Hey, rock on. Alex says it's his favorite game too. Well, good for you.
There you go.
Yeah, and Bond. I think Bond has one too.
Why is Teasel called Big Brother Teasel?
I want to say, yeah, the Bond brothers. That's another kind of mistranslation
Oh
there.
yeah.
So, yeah, Tron is best brother, by the way.
Wait, the eldest daughter of Teasel Bond? What? Hold up. Hold on
Is there a bit of
second.
conflicting information here, folks?
I don't know if I like this game anymore. That's some pretty mixed messages right there, let me tell you.
Oh God, yeah. I feel like there's a mistake every page here.
Bonbon?
The
What?
bonbon, yeah.
What the?
And Surfbot spelled with an E in the
Yeah.
middle. That's great.
What's going on in this book here?
Yeah, I swear we can go through every single page here and always find a mistake.
Alright, everybody, write your notes.
Man, it's so easy to forget about these note sections at the back of the instruction manual. We totally used
Ooh.
those back in the day when we were kids.
Let's
To,
call the
to like,
hints.
or like write the cheat codes and stuff. Yeah, let's call for hints and see if anyone picks up.
Alright, I'm calling the hint line.
Welcome to Verizon Wireless. Your call
Oh
cannot
my
be
God, he's
completed
actually doing
now.
it.
Please check the number and dial again.
But I need a hint.
Location 22633.
Aw. Alright, what about the Capcom number? Does that one still work?
Yeah, that's a good question. I highly doubt it.
Well, let's find out.
The number
Oh.
you have reached 408.
Hope no one's wearing headphones.
I know. Sorry about that.
400 has been disconnected.
Aw.
For directory assistance, you may call 411 or your directory assistance provider 408
Are we just gonna listen to this whole message?
Yeah, might as well.
00 has been disconnected. For directory assistance, you may call 411 or your directory assistance provider.
Well, rest in peace, you guys.
Yeah, for real, man. I feel like we're being slightly misled here.
I know, I wanted hints.
That was great, though. Are we at the end of the booklet? Yes, I believe we are.
Yeah, I think so.
Alright, we swear that someday we'll play this game, folks.
Just want to make sure there's no crazy mistakes in here. Why is Rolls so long? I don't like this. Roll's the bad guy in this game.
Man, it's so vivid to me, guys, the experience of getting a game, like, being a kid, getting a game at the local Toys R Us and GameStop, and then opening the case and reading the instruction booklet on the drive home before you actually got to play it. That's what it was all about.
It's true. I remember vividly doing that with Yoshi's Island when that first came out on the SNES.
Nice.
Yeah, we went to go eat somewhere. Oh, that's a tall boy. And I was like, I've got to read it.
Yeah, it was great, man. It gave you that little taste of the actual game before you got to playing it.
Yeah.
It gave you a kind of an extension of that experience too, though, because you kind of you got an idea of the context of the setting, which normally the game wouldn't go into detail about. This game's an exception. It has like a prologue, an opening crawl that kind of sets the whole game into context. But I feel like not very many games were like that. You had to go to the instruction booklet to find out more about the setting of the story and stuff connected to it.
Yeah, this era is when they finally started doing it. So.
Yeah. Since it's theme saying on Christmas Eve, my mom let me read instruction manuals, kept me from going bananas. Oh, I mean, I remember doing that too. Somehow, I'm not quite sure how I got my hands on the game, on the instruction manual, but without the game. But I do remember actually like perusing through the instruction manual, even days before my birthday or Christmas came up. And yeah, that was it was so fun, it built up the suspension, but that was a good thing as well as it could be a bad thing. Like on one hand, you're all like, oh man, this game sounds amazing, I can't wait to get into it. But like, you're reading through the book and it's like, you have all this excitement building up, and like when you actually get to play in the game, it's like this whole, you can appreciate it so much more because there's all this anticipation that's been building up during the time you've been reading the booklet. Then you get a bad game and the manual completely then the manual's completely different. Yeah, I know that too.
Yeah, it's just like press triangle to jump. And that's all. Even if there is no jump button.
Yeah, it could be, it depends on how misleading the instruction booklet could be too. I mean, this game has its own quirks with, its booklet, but it wasn't nearly as bad as some other games. Oh man, but this ruin right here.
This is the... Or no, this isn't the Nightmare Ruin, it's the next one.
Wait, it totally is a Nightmare Ruin. Yeah, it has the invisible Reaver bots and like the water Reaver bots that come out from the walls. It's totally Nightmare fuel.
And the next one is the one where you get stuck in it.
Stuck in it?
Yeah, you need the bomb to blow up the ceiling and everything.
Well, that's still this ruin.
No, it's not. It's the next one.
No, it's this one.
Nuh-uh, it's the next one.
It's this one, man.
Alright, we're gonna fight right now. 1v1
Dude, it's...
Man Legends. Leave me in Lake Jin, scrub. I'm gonna beat you.
Yeah, for real. This is totally it. There's a bombable wall here that you can go into and get lost in, and there are...
The ceiling.
Oh, at the ceiling?
Yeah.
Well, okay, yeah, that's another one, but this one has a bombable wall too. Yeah, this one is totally scarier though. You got the disappearing Reaver bots. You have the sea creature Reaver bots who will come out from the walls and totally one-hit KO you if you're not careful. And
they're just crocodiles. What are they gonna do?
Like, they'll eat you alive.
Nuh-uh.
They're terrible. Now, okay, we're voting on this right now, guys. Which is the scarier ruin? Is it this one or the one following it?
The one following it always had the creepier music. That's what turned me off. Like, I remember as a kid, I've said this before, but as a kid, I literally had to turn off the music because it was so scary. I couldn't get
I thought it
through
was this one.
No, it's the next one.
Okay, huh?
The one with like the little chickens all over the place, and it's got the bombable ceiling and everything.
Yeah. Okay, well,
this one,
if you say so.
This one's just got a lot of wah-wah woo-woo all over the place. Not that scary.
It's terrible though.
If this game was a Zelda game, then yeah, this would be the most horrifying dungeon. This would be a water dungeon, but
I don't know. Here they are right here. Oh man, my gosh. See that right there. It'll always get you and you're just gonna be scared out of your wits every time it happens.
Nah, they're dumb. I don't really care about them.
You want to care about them?
Nuh-uh.
Ah, oh, man. Josh, you defy the essence of my being.
Well, that's why we're all allowed to have our own stinky opinions.
What if the opinion is wrong, though?
I'm never wrong.
Okay, well, getting into actual Mega Man news, there are folks talking about the Tokyo Game Show.
Let's talk about
well, before that, actually, before we get into that, let's do this chronologically, because that's more recent. There was a new collection announced, like, days after we were actually, like, talking about the possibility of that. You remember how last week we were discussing collections, and, yeah, we actually talked about the possibility of another Zero collection coming out, but we couldn't have imagined at the time that Capcom would actually put a whole other series into that same collection. Guys, there's an actual Mega Man Legacy collection for Zero and ZX coming out, and man, I could not be more stoked. Seriously, when I heard that stuff, I didn't know what to do with myself, you know?
I know, yeah, I bet you were going absolutely insane.
I was bonkers. I took to Twitter. I hadn't posted anything on Twitter for months. Months. It might have even been a year, actually, since I last took to Twitter. But I went on there, and, like, purely as a method of venting my excitement, I went in there and said something like, literally cannot contain my excitement right now. Zero and ZX collections coming out, and I couldn't be more stoked. Well, okay, I could be more stoked if they said, like, ZX3 or something, but... but yeah, like... Oh, man, they talk about that. They mention, like, the artwork, the music collection in there. I'm thinking even the mod cards are coming back, the modification cards from the Zero collection.
Oh, they better.
You know, and we're looking at, like, HD artwork. We're looking at, like, HD cutscenes for the ZX series, and, man, you know, I mean, there's the filter as well. I don't think anyone's going to care about
Oh,
that, but I think it's
that
kind of
filter
cool.
looked terrible at first. I'm like, oh, that better not be the only look for this game. 'Cause I hate
Well,
that.
no, it isn't the only luck. They've confirmed there's a
Yeah, no, yeah, it
you
was
can
in the
do it with
same trailer.
pixels too, but HD pixels, that's awesome too. I think.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh man, so I'm so stoked for that.
If I'm reading this right, there's a huge
But
requester there.
but
You
yeah,
should
we're
be able
thinking
to
like
repair the flutter with one that
Proto
way.
Dude talked about this, and I was thinking it as well. Classic Legacy Collection, it led to Mega Man 11.
Oops.
X Legacy Collection, it led to Rockman X Dive. You know, that's another thing in recent news. I cannot help but entertain the slightest shred of hope that, you know, this collection will somehow, some way, in some century lead to ZX3.
Yeah. As
We'll
much
see.
as I'd want it, I'm extremely skeptical of that ever happening.
I know, man, but can you imagine? It would
I
just
mean,
be awesome.
there's only like what 3 other people with us on the ZX Island, so.
Ah, man, yeah, I know.
At least it's in there though. That took me by a huge surprise. I was like, whoa, actually, let me
Yeah.
say that Zero and ZX, like getting a collection next, also took me by surprise. I would think it'd be Battle Network. I mean, to be honest, like,
Yeah.
because like top 3 Mega Mans that everyone always remembers fondly is
Yeah.
Classic, of course, then X, then I would say Battle Network.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, that's an excellent point. And I mean, so it is really funny in that regard, because Battle Network is, I think, more popular than Zero and ZX.
Yeah.
Um,
There we go.
you know, so and Battle Network has never had a collection, so you would think that this would be the time to you know, to make that series relevant
Ooh!
again. Oh,
That guy-
see,
that guy scared me.
every time. Yeah, there it is, right there.
You know, maybe this is the scariest one. Now you got me thinking.
Yeah, think about it, man. Think about it.
I don't know. This game is like part horror game, if you ask me. It's so weird. Like, it has like the nicest song ever in Apple Market and everything, and then you just go to like the deepest, darkest, like scariest place. I mean, this place is still pretty colorful, but I don't know. The music just makes it so unsettling.
Oh, absolutely. It's terrifying to me. Oh, hey, I saw Kerplop earlier. Hey, Kerplop, long time no see. Good to have you on board. But yeah, we're going into the boss fight now.
Yep.
This guy's... You can do some fun things with this guy. Maybe, yeah, I think that's mainly what it is. Lino Bro saying maybe Zero and ZX is easier to make a collection for. Yeah, I think so. Battle Network, those are big games. You know, and there's like multiple versions they'd have to sort out and, you know, reconcile things with. So it's just a whole lot more factors there in making a collection. But Zero's easy. ZX is easy too.
Yeah, I mean, they already have it as a collection on the DS minus ZX, so I was just
Yeah,
probably just
I
like, just bring it over. Boom, already done.
Yeah, for real. I would think the biggest things they have to sort out for that, the Zero and ZX collection was just, like, the dual screen stuff, you know, because both the collection and ZX were for the DS. But, you know, you can sort that stuff out easier than you could with Battle Network's issues.
Yeah, it's not like a touch-heavy game, so it's just like...
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah, that is very, very true. Even with ZX Advent, all the stuff you could do with a touchscreen was pretty optional.
Yeah, it's just like quick access, I guess.
Yeah. I wonder if Inti Creates is making this, or at least has a hand in it.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I really don't know if they do. I mean, like, we're talking about... Who was it that mentioned? Yeah, Lena Bro saying, I assume Inti Creates still has the source code for all 6 games, making things even easier. Well, I don't know. I feel like... Well, I don't know for sure, but I'm wondering if Capcom's actually the one who has that source code, and it was just given to them by Inti Creates prior to their
I'm like
wrapping up things
100%
with them.
sure Capcom has it. They're not gonna let somebody keep the source code for a game that they don't technically own.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same. And they're also making a... you should mind this guy.
I'm trying. I'm not very good at it.
Well, you have to crawl along the walls. That's kind of like the main... you're not against the wall right now, but... Yeah, you gotta be like right up against the wall, you know, laying mines down, and then just wait for him to crash at you.
What the? Not over there, buddy. Okay, thought I goofed that one.
Yeah, someone's talking here about... I'm sorry, I can't see your name, but... How do you make a collection for a multi-version game? That'd be like making a Pokemon collection. Yeah, I've always been thinking about that, and I really don't know. Like, they'd have to... I feel like they have to merge them together in the same way they did with the Battle Network 5 DS remake. You know that one? Yeah, Battle Network 5 Double Team is what it was called. Why aren't you shooting it? We're not shooting it because we want to do this in a cool way.
Yeah, I'm trying to be cool, but it's not working.
Yeah, if you're right up against the wall and you lay a bunch of mines down, you can wait until he crashes at you, and yeah, those mines will catch him in the face.
Yep.
Oh, he got you there. But you know, they're also working on a Mega Man Legacy collection. Did you hear about that? Like, they're actually making a big... Well, it's not really a collection in terms of putting everything into one game, but they're compiling all the individual Legacy collections they're releasing into one big package now.
Okay.
So it's literally a Legacy collection. And that actually is giving me mixed messages. Like, is the fact that they're working on a collection for all these different collections an indicator that, you know, they're not making any more collections? Like, is that supposed to be putting a period on the whole collection gig? I don't know, but I'm wondering. You doubt it?
Collections,
What was I doing?
they make a lot of money. They barely have to do anything.
I'm wondering.
Oh my god.
Oh
Really?
man, you should not be getting wrecked by this guy.
I know. I feel like I'm doing pretty bad right
Well, that'll keep you
Oh,
one more
did he
hit.
hit?
Oh, there's the... Oh my god, I
That
can't
was
believe he got
close.
over that. Yeah, that's how you do it. Then roll out of the way.
now. I'll roll out of the way.
Oh yeah, I guess you aren't doing much of that, are you? Oh, there they go. Oh my gosh, that's the worst time to get hit. Okay, lay down the mines and then duck out of the way when he crashes at you.
Yeah, there we go.
Nice.
Okay, I didn't know you had to roll.
And now you're out of mines.
I know.
That's about right. You could probably lay one more down. Man. He travels. The only improvements I would want in Legends collection are subtitles for the cutscenes. Yeah, didn't the PSP versions do that? I want to say they did.
Not sure. I'm very unfamiliar with
Yeah.
it. Okay, barely.
Oh, there he goes.
Yeah, give me life.
I'm
Thank
not
you.
picking up anything
Nice.
without signaling
Oh, it's not going to do you much good with the damaged
Looks like
shield.
we got him.
It's alright, we got this.
I've played Legends 1 a dozen times, and I'm still not sure what they're saying sometimes. Yeah, for real, me too. I remember just going through this game and then digging up a script, like an online script, you know, to catch those little bits of dialogue that at times are just really, really quiet, you know? I mean, I'm thinking particularly of when, uh, Mega Man is going up to that control panel in the ruin right after this one, and it's like he just opens the main gate from that panel, and he's like muttering under his breath, and I really just can't understand any of it, you know? I gotta go into a script to kind of find out what he's saying. Oh my god, Kurt Ploppin, you were literally, at the same time I'm talking about the exact same scene. That's great. Yeah, this coffee sure tastes good. See, there are lines like that. In that exact same scene, there are other lines from the surf bots which you literally cannot hear because they're talking so quietly.
Alright, I made it out. That was close.
Yeah, good job. Could have used more mines, but still not bad.
I didn't realize he had a roll. Never. I don't think I've ever done that before anyway.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of gutsy to roll when he's, like, right in your frames.
Yeah. Alright.
Make collections of collections, make collections for other games, make collections of collections.
Also, I just want to say I'm glad that they actually kept the collection as just one and not try to make it two parts for
Oh my
no
god,
reason.
yeah.
Still have no idea why
that's great.
the X collection is like that. Literally no reason to do that.
Yeah. It really is incredible.
Especially because the second part of the collection is so barely worth getting.
Well, maybe.
You got X5 and X8, which are alright, but then you have the Holy Grail. That is X6 and X7.
You got two holy grails there.
Yeah, I know. The back-to-back Holy Grails.
Yeah, it is kind of hard to know whether the, Okay, well, I think X8's pretty good. I think X5's really good, too. But I guess it's hard to know whether the goodness of those games makes up for the badness of the other two games.
Yeah, I mean, like, if it had X1 and X4 on the same collection, it's like, alright, you know what, worth it. But without those two, I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I enjoyed X5 and X8, well, X5 more than X8. I mean, X8 was alright. But,
Yeah.
yeah. Honestly,
here's that scene I was talking about before, where the serve bots are muttering. Or maybe that was the other one.
I think it was that one.
Was it that? Okay.
I think. I don't know.
No, but I'm sorry I interrupted you.
It's alright. I was just saying I'm glad I talked over that. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, X6 and X7, they're, let me tell you. I didn't, I mean, because we streamed X7 forever ago. And it's, like, honestly one of my least favorite games of all time. And then when the X Collection came out, on my personal stream, I went through every single game. And I 100% completed the first 4. I knew I wasn't gonna 100 complete 7. Like I'm like, you know what, I can barely complete this game. I'm not gonna put that strain on myself. But the first part of the collection I enjoyed.
Yeah.
But the second part, oh boy, like honestly, like I didn't think X6 could be worse than 7, but I don't know. There's some parts that are just like, oh my god, like what were they thinking?
Yeah, it's crazy. Man.
I don't know. It's hard to tell which one's worse because they both have their special breeds of terrible.
Yeah, and I feel like X7 is universally hated, but not everyone hates X6. Kerplomp here can vouch for that. He likes it. And I know a couple other people as well.
I know
several people
likes it.
Yeah, he likes it. Hypershell, who helped to edit our documentary video, he's a big lover of that game too. And yeah, I can quote a number of other people as well who are pretty, big members of the community. And I completely respect that.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't like it.
It's all right to like X6. X7 though, I don't know how you can enjoy that game. Like, it's so bad. I hate that game.
Yeah. And like Kerplop is mentioning here, they did some neat things with like the voices in X6. They had like the Japanese voice dub option. They took that out of the PS2 collection, which I was mad about too, actually. But he was in the original, and that's something that was kind of unprecedented for the X series. I think I want to say though, didn't X7 also have a Japanese voice dub option?
Mega Man.
I don't know. I'd have to go boot it up, and I really don't want to touch that game. So even to check that, like, it's so cursed. I feel like it'll just ruin my day if I do that.
Yeah, I don't think I ever checked that out, but I recall Sickness Destroyer on
Shout outs to
YouTube.
that guy.
Shout outs to him. He does very unique things with his videos.
Yeah, he has very unique opinions that I love.
Yeah, shout outs for him to just going outside the box and talking about his own opinion and not being ashamed of it. You know? But he was talking about the Japanese voice dub option for X7 and giving props to that aspect of it. So I don't know. I guess it's there, and I just haven't found it before.
It's not like it's a very fun game to go into and play. So.
Well, yeah. X6 is definitely more annoying and more soft locky, says Round Shades. Yeah, I'd be interested to take a vote of like which game is the worst. Yeah, to you guys, like which game do you think is better / worse, X6 or X7? I'm in the X6 camp myself. Like, I could laugh at X7. I could not laugh at X6 because the gameplay would just get me so frustrated so often.
I would say that X6 is probably technically worse, just because it's what they're used to. They're used to making 2D Mega Man games, and the fact that they screwed it up that badly, should say something. I mean, the X7, trying to be different at least, but failed spectacularly. So, so I mean, it depends on how you look at it. Sorry, I didn't mean to get on a huge X7, X6 rant, but man, I'm still trying to recover from when I played it last year.
It's so easy to talk. It's so easy to talk about things that the whole community can relate to.
Yeah, it's just,
Yeah.
All right, actually, before we do all this stuff, let's just walk around town.
Yeah, because we should get back into Legends here.
Oh, burn it! Don't even get me started on that burn of the ground nonsense.
Not to derail the conversation at hand, but I'm really wanting to go back and finish comparing Legends Beta to final release. Put it off months ago, but now I feel motivated to finish it. Yeah, that's great. Man, there's so much to always discover about Legends. Like not even just the final product, but man, you have so much rich backstory to the series. Stuff like in the betas and I don't want to say the prototype because that's rather oh boy, that word can hurt our souls. But like stuff like that. There's just so much to discover in there. And you realize by playing those kinds of betas that they were really bouncing around a lot of ideas for the aesthetics and the overall vibe of the series. Capcom asked fans if they wanted a game for Axel. The fans loudly said no, so they made ZX Advent with Model A. I guess so. Did they really ask fans if they wanted a game of Axel?
I mean, I'll say it. I don't mind Axel, but then again, the first game that I played that had Axel in it wasn't 7 or 8. It was Command Mission, and I thought he was kind of cool in that game. So.
That's true, yeah. He could really actually break the game if he wanted to really abuse his invisible technique, whatever it was called.
We'll have to stream that sometime. I haven't played that game forever. I remember really liking it a lot.
Yeah, it's great. Axel is cool, I think, for the reason that he offers a new dynamic to the characters. He's that cocky, the overconfident, teenager in the group of serious adults.
Yeah. I don't know. I like him. So.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Don't get any flack for that jacket.
Let's get the laser beam.
Oh, that's great stuff. Yeah.
I don't have enough monies.
Axel is the small spark of optimism that X and Zero lack after 7 games. I kind of hope he gets stamped out for that. Yeah, I will say, you know, you are kind of making me see, Kerplop, that can be both a good thing and a bad thing. I mean, X is kind of renowned for being, like, the serious Mega Man. Or at least the second serious next to Zero, perhaps. But, like, it has such an overall darker tone, you know, to the other Mega Man series. And it comes to a point, like, after 7 games, you're wondering, man, does that tone really need to change? I mean, maybe I got into X because I wanted a darker Mega Man tone. And do I really want a character to come in and ruin that tone? You know? Axel is like giving Batman a magical girl sidekick. Oh, man. So much we can talk about.
We gotta do this at least once.
Yeah. This is how I made my money back in the day. No, seriously, I made a career out of playing this game and kicking the dog. Oh, you kicked the guy.
No, I didn't.
Shoutouts to Round Shades here, who got an insanely high score in this game, and I understand he's constantly perfecting his art.
Yeah, I can't do any of that crazy stuff.
I know. You know, he actually was the one who enlightened me to the fact that apparently you can move Mega Man in this game.
Yeah,
I never even tried that. Seriously, after who knows how many years, I never knew you can move Mega Man during that mini game. And I think that says something for me because that was the main way I made my money back in the day. It put me through college, says Sins of Steam. Oh boy, I know you have to do this game, but I really don't like it. Well, you got under the limit anyway.
The thing I like about this game is you pop these smug balloons. Just look at them. You're just asking to be popped.
I mean, yeah, but it frustrates me that I even have to look at them.
Yeah, but you get to destroy them. You get to end their lives.
Okay, I guess.
Ah, come on, that's not even fair. I'm not gonna make it. Maybe... no. Ah, soft pencil.
An NPC in Legends 1 actually made a purchasable Flutter model in Legends 2? Who was that? Someone had to inflate these smug balloons. Can we shoot that guy instead?
Did I get it?
Yeah, you got it.
No.
Wait, didn't you? You didn't?
No.
Oh, man.
Oh, come on. No! Nah, I'm not getting this one.
Yeah, that's not happening. on, one
No,
more. Oh,
come
three more, actually.
on!
Dang. Gosh, it's so easy to forget that hitting the big ones makes smaller ones.
No. Great way to start. Oh yeah, good.
Oh, man. Oh, of course.
I hit every single blue one. Okay. Alright. Doing that. Gotti.
Did you kick that desk intentionally or purposefully?
Did it accidentally on purpose.
I think Frederick here means to say that he loves this game, but the what he's actually writing holds true as well, I dare say. We live this game too. We live it every day of our lives.
It's true. I get stuck inside this game every now and then.
Yeah? Hey, no joke.
Oh. Where's my traffic?
Every day I save some girl with pointy hair from a dog.
It's the
That's
life.
good. It is, yeah. A lot of it out there these days. Yeah, Cadillac's Island seems like a nice place to live when it's not being taken over by pirates.
Yeah, or scary reaver bots.
Yeah, you totally can, Jacob, but they wouldn't necessarily react to it. Oh, there's the helmet.
That's
Okay, who's in the helmet camp? Actually, you should have got that a long time ago, shouldn't you have?
Yeah, kind of forgot about it, to be honest. Yeah, no, until like the first time we streamed this game, I didn't realize wearing the helmet was a big controversy. I just always wore it because I thought it looked cool. And then when I was streaming it for you guys, it was like, no, you gotta keep it up.
Well, it's because, like, for a lot of people, the hair is what defines Mega Man Volmet.
I mean, it's true, I get that. I mean, most of his appearances, except for like the Legends 2 like box, he's usually without his helmet.
Hmm. I just remember thinking it was so cool that equipping the helmet actually changed Mega Man's appearance. Same with the special weapons. Like, man, that was it opened up to me a whole new realm of possibilities.
There you go.
We're gonna do these side quests.
Yeah, why not? At least this
Okay,
one.
we're going in. We're going in for the shining laser then.
Yeah, why not?
Find some enemies. We just did. There were those three boys right in front of us.
Yeah, they're part of a gang, so.
Yeah, for real. Kebab saying, I thought this can't be Mega Man or X because he's not wearing a helmet. Then I found one and said, oh, there it is. Yeah. Oh, there's the flower. Gotta make Ro happy for all the terrible things she does to you.
Yeah, sells all your stuff and just laughs about how you're lost in a dungeon.
Smiles as she's telling you that she sells all your equipment.
No. I I'm glad we both agree that Roll is the true villain in this series.
I'm glad too. We're obviously cultured individuals.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
For all the crap she puts you through, at least she's not destroying civilians' homes and businesses like Tron is.
Nah, but Tron's better though.
I was going to say that, yeah, that's definitely true, and I feel like I should feel more for those people, but you're playing as Mega Man Volnuts, and it feels like Roll's hurting you more than Tron is trying to.
Exactly. This one's a fake one, right? Yeah.
Yeah, here's the thing. Tron tries to hurt you, but she doesn't actually succeed. Roll does hurt you, and she's darn good at it.
Yeah. She'll hurt you physically, emotionally, and financially. I mean,
I guess I'm just a sucker for childhood friends pairings then. Nah, I can understand that.
ah,
We just like joking around here.
yeah, that's what I call it. Can I get there? Okay. Thought so.
Man, I get lost in this place so easily.
I know. It's like all the rooms look the same.
Yeah. Trying to go back.
Yeah, I think it's down here.
Yeah, that's right. That's where it is. That little tunnel over there.
Okay, yeah. Alright. Made it out in one piece. Which is the name of the treasure.
I wonder if carbons really do get out of things in one piece, considering that they're half machine and that they can be taken apart.
I don't mean to derail it again, but Discord has like this cool new thing. Well, they're rolling it out, where if you if you go and do a voice channel, like you can like stream to other people on there,
Oh,
which is
cool.
pretty cool. And me and my friend Dan were trying it out. I was trying to get like videos to work, but I couldn't get it. And then he got it to work, and he's like, "All right, I got something special for us." And it was the first episode of the 4Kids One Piece stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
There's
man.
our boy right there.
It's pretty good times.
Yeah, One Piece is pretty similar to Mega Man Legends, isn't it?
It's true. They both got, water, so.
Yeah. They both got a very familiar sounding main character.
Exactly. Luffy, Mega Man, I mean, most of the time. It might as well be twins.
Might as well.
Alright. Actually, I should just call roll. It's quicker.
Yeah, so where are you going right now?
I wanted to get a bit of Zenny so we can try to repair the town.
Okay, cool.
Where is the thing? Oh, it's right there.
I somehow feel more obligated to complete side quests in Mega Man Legends because I know that at the end of the game, Mega Man's going to fly off and leave the townspeople to whatever crises they found themselves in at the time. So like, I mean, Ira's a perfect example. If you don't help her, then basically you've flown off the island, leaving her crippled the rest of her life. It's a terrible thing to think about. Or the police force too. If you don't help them, they'll basically leave you saying that we don't know how we're gonna do you. But if you do complete their side quest, then one of the police officers will say something like, "We're starting a new training program for our trainees to help protect the island in case another disaster arises." And that just makes you feel good before you leave the island. You know that the place is in good hands.
Yeah.
Too bad the game doesn't have a golden reaver bot trick. Yeah.
That's not almost as good.
Oh, going into the Power Buster.
Yeah, I always thought it looked cool.
It really is. It's the only weapon in this game that's gray. That kind of breaks
Yeah.
the color scheme.
It does, but they're like Capcom. They're just like, nah, it's too cool to be blue. Gotta have it look all real.
Because if there's one thing the cops need, it's more Denises.
Where do you get the vacuum at? I probably should have got that. I think you can get it about now.
I think you dig it up from trash cans. Yeah, so there's that one thing in downtown, the one trash can there. I think there are a couple other trash cans in the uptown area that you have to forage. You don't have the roller skates either yet, do you?
No, I don't. I feel like I should have that by now.
Yeah, that one section you just exited, I think that had one of the parts.
This chicken's get a lot of zing.
Uh-huh.
Just go in a circle.
You might have.
Yeah, I did.
Well,
That was interesting.
yeah, interesting.
But down, or no, that was where I just went. Okay.
Well, I'm happy we're going for a 100% run here. That's nice.
I guess I don't know. I just wanted to do some stuff.
Yeah, draw out the game.
This is where
Oh.
the boy is. Oh, that's where he goes.
Yep, there's his revenge.
We can get him.
Oh man, that's the worst. When you're trying to keep an eye on him and you just run into some boxes while running. He's really not that scary. It's just you gotta know where to put him.
It's just the shock of just like, oh, here he is.
Yeah, that's all there is to it. Yeah, see, if you're really close to him, you just keep him in a constant loop. Nice.
I didn't even drop that much.
Yeah, that was
What
kind of
a
weird, wasn't it?
waste.
I feel like he normally drops a lot more.
calling the police on him.
I doubt Denise will be much good in this situation.
She can give him a ticket at least.
You gonna roll through this? Oh no, you're doing side scrolling.
There.
There we go. It's fun having to turn the camera through this, isn't
I
it?
know, yeah, I was gonna say this is quite the hallway. This has something good in it, right? No.
Yeah, all the
Well,
chests in
gotta
this
say.
room have stuff in them.
Let's see about this one.
If you blow up the walkers there before you destroy their terminals, then you can get more money from them.
These guys.
Yeah.
That guy just bumped into the wall.
Yeah, they do that.
Huh. What we got here? It's a lot bigger than I remember.
You know, I don't think there are any holes here, but I'm always searching for them.
Yeah, gotta keep an eye out.
Uh-huh.
There's one.
Oh, this room's the worst.
Nah,
Okay, I guess it's
a lot
not so
quicker.
bad on normal mode.
Oh, this game is quite horrible on hard mode. Not a big fan of it.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's a great mode if you want to challenge yourself
Oh.
further and at the same time not put yourself through hell.
Yeah.
Because it's not terrible. It's not artificial. That's what I mainly like. The only weird thing to me is that those Crab Reaver bots cannot be destroyed on hard mode. Like, you can't flip them.
That's weird.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you need the Grand Grenade for this one.
With
Which
the
you could have gotten,
mega
actually,
drill.
if you... Well, yeah, the drill too, but that's later on in the game.
Wait, you can get the Grand Grenade already?
Yeah, you can get the Grand Grenade right now, if you have access to the Flutter. Which you do. So...
Oh, yeah, it's in Gramps' room, right?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, maybe I should do
Oh man, you have to make the trip back?
that. Well, I'll just get
Shame
it.
you-
I don't know if we'll come right back.
Shame you can't click through the walls, huh?
No. I asked Blue Metal how to do it. He probably knows. Where's the Hall of Death?
Yeah, it was really cool how all the ruins in this did. Legends 2 kind of just...
Okay,
Oh,
bye.
that's really unfortunate. You
Okay.
don't want to be in that hellsphere.
I know. Alright, well, it's alright. We got this.
Yeah, it was
probably-
really cool.
Should probably grab that jacket.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, Legends 2 was kind of just Zelda with the different ruins in different places.
Yeah, good job, Capcom. How original.
Sam is saying, I speedran Mega Man Legends 1 and 2 in college and 100% in both games. Swore I would never need to play again. Wrong. Yeah, that's what it's like. Man. You know, you just want to play this game as much as you can, but then once you finish, it's like, what do I do now? Well, I'll play it to get
Yes.
more out of it.
We'll do it again.
Yeah. And only a couple games. Well, not just a couple, but uh, several games really did that to me. One of which was Legends, of course.
Another one?
Oh man. I hate this section. Those things just do so much damage.
Ah.
You're always getting hit by them. Ah. It's rough.
Rough in them streets.
Yo, Tuga.
Already out of energy.
Hope you're doing well on this fine Saturday afternoon. Or for us it is anyway. For you it might be a little worse. Or a little later.
No, worse.
Things aren't worse just because they're later. Just want to make that clear. And he's just wandering around. No, he's not just wandering. He's
Yeah, see? I
he's
had
going
to find
places.
that.
He's finding things.
That was the whole reason why we came in here. Now we can leave.
9:15 p.m. Okay, well, still Saturday then.
Alright, let's try...
Did you get that hole behind you that
No,
Jacob
come
was pointing
on.
out? Oh, nuts. Yeah, you know, sometimes it isn't that good to roll through them.
Well, you gotta be super careful now.
Yeah. It's such a good map, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, really, I gotta just rant on just how good this map is. It's not multi-layered. It's a single floor, and it's, you know, you can see where your paths are and where they exit. It's just so simple and so refreshing. So I take it that we got past the spooky, scary dungeon, and we are since on dry land again. Okay, hey, Tuka vouching for the fact that that place was scary. Yeah, we are out of there by now, and now we're just kind of like going through some side dungeons to collect stuff we missed. There's there are a lot of doors that open up once you as you get past the the red refractor. Oh, you can clip the wall in this section.
Ooh, thank you.
I think at this point you got everything that you could have clipped through, though.
This... Okay. There you go. Got some insurance.
That place was
Oh,
not
I didn't do
scary.
this? Oh, there I go.
Lino bro, I thought you were gonna agree with me.
Nino Bro's got nerves of steel. Nothing phases him.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is in ambient music.
Oh, come on.
Or ambient, however you want to pronounce that.
I was here already. Guess there's a path that leads this way.
Yeah, eerie machines in the distance. I know, they're just... It's like they're gonna close in on you at any time.
Yeah,
So you gotta stay on your toes.
Let's not do that today. I am so lost right now.
Is there a green door anywhere in sight? On the map?
No.
No. Usually the double doors to another map. I would open your map if I were you. Yeah. Take any path. I think you'll find a new map with a green door on it sometime.
Or no, I'm not going that way. It's the
Oh my
devil's
gosh.
area.
I was like that back in the day. Um, filling out every single square of the map. Oh man. I wanted to 100% this game so bad. And it was mostly, again, just because I wanted to get more out of it. I'm not sure if I ultimately ever did do that, but it was always something I wanted to do.
Oh, how did I miss
Oh,
that
cool. There's a thing you could have gotten earlier.
one? Is there a way out?
Maybe you should just clip through the wall and see what new possibilities you could find.
It's a whole new world. Brand new things to see. Brand new attitude. But you still gotta catch them all. Be the best
Wow,
that
we're
you
going
can
back
be.
to that, huh?
Pokemon joke too. Oh, I think this is the exit.
Yeah, there we go. That song is good.
Oh, the Pokemon Johto thing?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
good.
I like it as much as the original. Like, I want to be the very best and no one ever was. That's just because I like Johto too much. Where was the vacuum cleaner again?
Not here. At least I don't think so.
I don't know either.
If you did miss a part, I think it's in Uptown.
Let's see. Let's do this first. Let's go ahead and save with everything we got. I don't know if I can make anything.
Too good thing. I've been watching Legend of Zelda speedruns recently, and I love the way speedrunners just break the game, but it doesn't seem like you can do the same things in Legends, huh? Yeah, well, see, here's how it is with Legends. There are ways to sequence break to, really far into the dungeons. Heck, even you can get to, the place where you get the drill arm in the main gate. And if you want, like, you could totally get into the main gate, through that same wall you can secrets break through very early on in the game. But the clincher is that you can't access one of the main doors until you access certain cutscenes in the game. The cutscenes that you get in the game are keys that open certain doors in the game that allow you to progress. You can get to the main gate, but you can't get through one of the key doors in there until you access one of the later cutscenes. So, yeah, Capcom really kind of thought that through, I think. Unless there's a trick you don't know of. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's a trick to access the cutscenes before you actually can access them, but Blue Metal hasn't found a way, and I don't know if anyone else has, so... That's because the Mega Man Legends titles are better designed games. I guess so. Yeah, they're just, they're not broken.
Got him.
It's funny, I recall seeing, a live stream done by the Insomniac guys, and they invited some speedrunners over to show them how much they could break their own game, Spyro, I think it was one of the original Spyro games they were playing through. And yeah, the devs were just watching him play, and you could tell they were just so depressed. Like, watching him do all these game-breaking stunts. There was one time, though, where the speedrunner was detailing a particularly tough section to break through, and you could see one of the devs on the side just, like, doing a fist pump and going, "Yes!" Oh yeah, the stuff they do in Breath of the Wild is just insane. That's one game I think, though, that was intended to be broken.
This stuff they do in Breath of the Wild's hilarious.
It is insane, yeah.
Stuff's a lot cheaper than I remember.
Yeah, it doesn't cost that much to fix huge buildings in this town, but it costs a heck of a lot to upgrade weapons.
I know. That's just because Roll, is greedy.
The explanations can be so simple, can't they?
Yeah. Alright, there we go. Got all that repaired.
Well, while we're still doing side quests and stuff, I kind of like to talk about another piece of Mega Man news. That's, wow, it's pretty interesting. So you guys remember Tokyo Game Show? Here you can insert a clip from, I want to say 2 years ago, where we got a boot.
Yeah, I guess that was about 2 years ago now.
I don't know exactly. Rather recently, though. But that aside, it's happening again. Not the boot, or at least I hope not, but the event is happening again. And apparently there's going to be another Mega Man panel hosted by Capcom. And there are going to be some guests over to kind of like talk about the latest collections, Zero Collection and Zero ZX Collection. And they're also going to talk about, like, in general, like, just generally the Mega Man brand. And there are some very interesting people who are going to be there. Yeah, let me just read this out, actually. It'll probably make it easier to understand if I just read out the description. September 15, 12 o'clock to 12:40. This is Japan time, I think, so bear that in mind. Mega Man Zero/ZX Legacy Collection Special Stage. Mega Man Series General Producer Kazuhiro Tsuchiya and Mega Man Unity Manager Uchi introduce the Mega Man Zero/ZX Legacy Collection. In addition to live gameplay, the new elements will also be introduced. Featuring Kazuhiro Tsuchiya, producer, Uchi, Mega Man Unity Manager, and here's the interesting part, Tsukasa Takenada, producer. I don't know if you guys know very much about Tsukasa Takenada, but he is a big action games producer in Capcom. He has worked Dead Rising 2, Resident Evil Revelations, Resident Evil 6, Resident Evil 5, and he did scenario planning for Battle Network 5, which, that wasn't so much an action game, but it's still Mega Man. But, like, man, it is really curious to me that this producer who has worked primarily on action games in Capcom, is going to be at this Mega Man panel. I really don't know what to think, folks, but, man, it's really piquing my curiosity, and I'm wondering. Yeah, Manuel saying, I hope they release Mega Man Legends Collection soon. Yeah, that's one of the things I'm wondering, among other things. I don't know, we'll see what happens. I'm pumped to see more of Uchi-san, love that guy. Yeah, he is. He's awesome. Just has so much enthusiasm for the brand. Oh. Yeah, for real. I can wait for a long time, but Capcom's really lost a lot of my patience. I know, at this point, it's just like, it's not even such a matter of being patient. It's more like just, I'm gonna go on with my life. I'm gonna, do what I have to do and just let time pass and let the courses, let the events, just unwind and of their own matter of course, you know, and I'll see what happens as I'm doing my own thing and they're doing their own thing. It's not so much a matter of expectation as it is about just going about your own business and, you know, just keeping an eye on the activities of a certain company, or even, man, maybe even not that. You could just like be tuning into any general gaming website and seeing news from them, but not even quite looking for that news, you know. Mega Man's, you get the feeling that Mega Man's just always on an adventure, and, you know, just doesn't have time to sit in his room and do much. Because it's so, uh, there's like nothing in it, you know?
Yeah, it's pretty boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in here.
Yeah, what I worry about most is that people will stop caring and it'll be lost to history. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Huh? I mean, people are still talking about it. So, we'll see. I mean, it's held up a long time over the years. I think it'll keep going. The fact they passed over Mega Man Legends is what irks you. What do you mean in terms of the collections? If so, I don't know if that exactly could be called neglect. It could just be Capcom wanting to go in chronological order, you know, of the Mega Man series. And, you know, it might also just be easier to pack together the action games, you know, the Mega Man action games before they start on, you know, what are commonly considered to be the spin-offs, like Mega Man Legends and Battle Network. I don't know, though. Mega Man Legends came before Mega Man Zero. I mean, yeah, in development time, but not so much in chronological order. Yeah, I also can't help but feel it's just, like... I don't know, I don't want to say harder to make Mega Man Legends into a collection, but... yeah, I don't know what I'm trying to say. It just seems like, to me, just so much easier to pack together the 2D action games before they go into the, you know, the more complex games.
Stop.
Legends is so far into the future that the events of all the previous stories are kind of irrelevant. Yeah, pretty much. It's like time has passed so far in the timeline that all the chaos has kind of worked itself out. Um, I mean, and you know, you get the story about how the world was flooded. Like that right there would kind of wipe out any semblance of chaos and just kind of start the world from a blank slate, pretty much. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I like the split timeline theory between Mega Man X and Mega Man Zero. Both can lead to Legends. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's really true. It's nice when something can work out like that. Looking at you, Zelda. Yeah, I'm really wondering about that cipher. If Star Force and Battle Network will, um, you know, will be the next collections, because like they'd have to iron out so many things with Battle Network. Like they would have to figure out a way to like merge. Well, maybe not, but I feel like they'd have to like merge the different versions somehow. They'd have the Battle Network or the Battle Chip issue. You know, some are only exclusive to certain versions. They worked that out somewhat with the Wii U versions, basically just putting all the chips in the start of your folder from the get-go. Um, but I don't know. Like there are 6 Battle Network games to contend with here, and they all got to get on that collection somehow. Um, so You know, it's something to think about.
Yeah.
Maybe they can make 2 collections and put the, the different versions on the different collections.
That would be interesting.
It would, yeah. They couldn't do that with some games though, because like the original or Battle Network 1 and 2, those games didn't have different versions. So, like, what do you do there? Part 1 and Part 2. Something like that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying too, good. They could just make 2 collections and put different versions on each. The only thing I'm wondering about is where Battle Network 1 and 2 will fit into that mix. Because those games didn't have any versions. It was just on one cart. Yeah, and then you have Star Force, which had, I mean, the first Star Force game had 3 different versions. So, man, what do you do with that too? All these technicalities. Oh, Operate Shooting Star. It'd be cool if they could put that in there too.
If anyone wonders what I'm doing, I'm just getting money so I can get the jacket.
Yeah, good call.
Come on.
Ooh.
Stop. What should be enough for better?
Yeah, Legend seems to be the exception, except for Roland Mega Man himself. Yeah, there is no rival or antagonist in Legends. Yeah, Roll kind of is like that though, in like just the way she's read.
She is the villain.
I mean, we could go on and talk about Art, our good friend Art, but I'm sure everyone knows about that already. So, yeah, he never did end up becoming the rival, but it was planned to be it. I also feel like Barrett in Legends 3 would have been kind of like a rival character. Yeah, it is kind of true. The Bonds are kind of a archetype, but I don't know, not really. They don't quite stand. Uh, I don't know. What do you think, Josh? Are they the rival or not? The Bonds?
I'd kind of say so. They're not
Yeah.
really bad guys. I mean, they do bad
Hmm.
stuff, but they're not like true villain, evil territory. I mean, they saved Mega Man at one point in this game.
Yeah, that's true. The Bonds are Team Rocket.
Pretty much.
It is true.
Alright, let's go to this stinky ruin.
Oh, but if you recall, there was supposed to be a bad Mega Man? Wait, really?
First time I heard of it.
They have like the Fort kind of relationship. I don't know, man. Seems like Fort's a lot more evil than the Bonds. Or do you mean EXE Fort? I don't quite know exactly.
They call him Fort.
Well, yeah, that's classic Fort, right?
It's Forte.
Oh wait, man, I really just did that, didn't I?
You sure did.
Okay, you know, this is why he should have been called Forte in the original, like in the English version. I'm not used to pronouncing that word with his character.
Ready to go, Mega Man?
Okay. Now we're off to your scariest ruin.
Yeah.
Don't forget to bring something that can bust through the wall.
I got it.
Oh, classic, okay. So that's classic base.
I've never seen a site like this before. There's a big pit in the middle. Mega Man? Are you okay?
Never letting Roll finish her
Door
sentence.
somewhere?
Nah. She doesn't deserve to finish her sentences.
I can't. My mom. Take a look around.
The only
and let me
sentence
know
she'll
what you
finish
see.
is the one you give to her, right?
Yeah.
It's my. Can you see a switch anywhere?
I don't see any switches, but there's some writing here. Let's see. It says Operations Room 2. Emergency
Here we have Corey
system
Sevier trying too hard to read.
requires direct password input from Eden
It
or
happens.
the insertion of 3 level 2 or higher prototype Anthro unit ID cards.
What's a prototype Anthro unit? I've never heard of that before. Well, whatever that is, you need 3 ID cards, right? If we're lucky, you'll be able to find them inside there.
There's just, well, I'll wait till you get into another room here. Okay, there's just black above your head, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Hypershell commented one time, and I hadn't noticed this before, but he said on a podcast that, or, you know, remarked that the Legends games, or in this one anyway, in the ruins there's no ceiling. It's just black above you.
really thought about it.
Yeah. Now you have to deal with the really creepy ambiance.
It is. Chicken.
Oh, there's the thing for the active buster.
Oops. It's everyone's favorite.
Yep, the Gorubeshu. Or the Golbesh if you want to Americanize it.
I do.
Well, you shouldn't want to, because that's still a strange name. Actually, I don't think any of the Reaverbot names in this game were ever localized. They were just left for English fans to interpret the Japanese names for. But even the Japanese games make no sense. We talked to Gregaman one time on a podcast, and he remarked at how the legends or the Reaverbot names sound Japanese, but they really don't make any sense in Japanese. It's kind of nonsense, you know, just complete nonsense. Oh wait, there is an archetype in Legends. The Gorobeshus are Sniper Joes of Legends.
Yeah, I guess so.
And it's such a shame that by the time you get around to collecting these refractors, they'll probably have disappeared because you're trying to get rid of the other cannon guys.
It looks like there's a false wall or something. There's probably...
There's a contest idea, name the Reaverbot. That would be fun. What do they have to sound like, though? Just English? You picked the wrong bomb!
I sure did.
Oh, no. Oh, that rocks. Oh, man, that's terrible.
Well, at least I can't get stuck here.
Can't you, though?
Can I bring the regular grenade?
Yeah,
Yep.
it's not gonna
Well.
work. You are stuck here. Yep, you're gonna have to go all the way back. But it's okay, because you have an ancient book to read on the way back.
Exactly. That'll keep me from getting bored. Sad trumpet sound indeed.
Okay, I'm gonna try to guess these Reaver bots based on Kerplop's invented names for them. Stumpa Dumpa. I have no idea what that could be. Which one would it be? I feel like it would be the one that drops the cannons, maybe? I don't know. Spider Stumper. Okay, no, wait, that's the one that drops the cannons. Big Mash. That... How the heck am I supposed to guess that? Ghost Chicken. Well, that's your chicken, Josh. Trash Can Joe. Okay, that's Gorobeshu. Wacky Walker. Oh, that's the one that bumps into the walls. Satellite. Or, yeah, it says satellite. That's the thing that controls the walkers. Nub Mine. Oh, those are the little guys that get up and walk toward you and explode after a time. Robo Wolf. Okay, that's self-explanatory. I get that. I think I got about half of those. The plain green one? Wait, which one was that?
That-
Oh, that was the first one. Is it? Ah, I don't know. Unless the abridged version lied to me. I think you can blow up that ceiling crack with a powered buster as well as grand grenade. Yeah, you can. You
I
can
know
use the
for
powered
sure
buster
you use the
too.
powered buster.
Yeah. Abridged version. Abridged didn't lie to you, Tuga. It's true.
Yeah, I'll be switching to that in a second here.
The Clipper. Okay, yeah, the Clipper or the running green one. That's true. Oh, Croc is those are the crocodile Beaverbots in the Lake Sheen ruins. Edward Snapper Hands. Okay, actually that's the canon name now.
Oops.
Ooh, you got the active buster already. Nice. I forgot you only need one item for that. It's so powerful. You'd think would be different. Can take the powered buster.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right.
Now, picking up where we left off.
Don't hit me. Don't hit me. Okay.
I never thought I'd make it up Reaverbot names, was so funny. Yeah, that's probably what the actual developers thought too when they had to name them. The only thing I gotta say though is that if the developers made up Japanese nonsense names for their Reaverbots, we should probably make up English nonsense names for these guys. Which I guess is what we're doing, but they kind of make sense.
There we go.
Oh man, all these guys have respawned.
Yeah. That's what I get for being a fool.
The floofy Reaverbot. Yeah, see, that's kind of what I mean. Stuff like that. It's grubbly or grubbly. Yeah, these are all very good words, guys. Very good words.
Mega Man, I'm seeing something funny on my monitor. It looks like there's a false wall or something. There's probably a secret room in there. Hey,
Oh yeah, we get a nice piece of lore here.
and why?
Or not so much lore, but,
Go around doing
you know,
things
interesting
all over the
talk.
place, but is it right? It's almost like healing. Mega Man! I'm picking up 3 Reaver bots close by. Watch out!
False wall. If she had just said false ceiling, it would have saved me hours. So I can imagine. You know, really, I think the only way that well, it wasn't that hard for my brother and I to discover it when we were kids, but that's because we took the powered buster everywhere we went. So, you know, I mean, you got those cannon guys on the ceiling, right? Well, what's your first instinct? Fire, you know, shoot a powered buster shot at them. And that's what we did, so we accidentally broke the ceiling. So, yeah, it is nice that those cannon guys are there to help you, like, look at the ceiling more and see if there's anything up there.
Looks like the only ceiling in the game, so...
Well, pretty much, yeah. I just mentioned how there's only blackness above your head for the most part. Oh, man, you just fell into that one. Oh, you wanted to kick him? Yeah, do I kick the dog in another way?
Alright.
Okay, now this is
He's
getting
not
risky.
letting me do it.
Oh, you do it when he's shooting the fire, and then he stands still for a brief second. Oh, really? No.
Picking up any
That's a
more
shame.
Reaver bot signals.
He's just
think
too
it's
fast
safe.
for eyes. Yeah, I know. I'm surprised I don't have the motorized skates either. I'm forgetting where one of the parts is.
Yeah, there's one in Lake Chiyun and another in the I forgot what it's called, the side gate, which is, you know, leads into the Mara Wolf. Yeah.
Let's see. I have... Yeah, I got the old hover jets, so... Got that one. I think I need, like, the rolling board or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Alright.
Ooh.
So,
Okay, see, Tuga, I've always thought it looks more like a samurai hat myself, or just like a typical
This is it.
like Japanese,
Once I'm inside the
uh,
main gate,
you
we'll
know,
see
a
if I can
typical Japanese wide-brimmed hat.
activate it like that.
Yeah, that's what I always thought too.
How long have you read these ancient letters?
Ugh.
Yeah, good luck understanding any of that dialogue.
All right.
So the funny thing about this cutscene is that you see the main gate opening, but in actuality, the code of the game doesn't uh, like the gate doesn't actually open in the coding of the game until you get past the pirate fight. So yeah, that's interesting because I checked that myself. I clipped through one of the walls in this ruin after this cutscene occurred, and I went to the main gate and it was still closed. It wouldn't open until I went through that cutscene. Yeah, the cutscenes themselves are the actual event flags. So if you could find a way to trigger those cutscenes before they actually occur, then you could pretty much break the game, I think. You recall being able to beat the game without fighting the bonds? Which bond fight? Like, you didn't fight the bonds at all? Like from the Feldinot to Bruno?
Sounds like a bunch of trickery, but okay.
With cheats. Well, that's the darnest thing. Maybe you disabled the cutscene flags. Okay, so, going on 2 hours now. Do you want to take this fight and then...
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. The last confrontation? So you mean the Bruno fight, then? Yeah, Bruno, that fight is definitely an event flag, so it should, yeah, you shouldn't be able to fight Juno until you beat Bruno. Or at least until you trigger that cutscene. I don't know, it's strange. Yeah, that's very curious, Tuga. If you actually did that, then that would kind of, change the face of the speedrunning world, I think.
It's the bonds.
You should report that to Blue Metal. I think he'd find that very, enlightening. But we have this awesome cutscene here. It's just great.
All port cannons, prepare to fire! Fire!
We don't stand a chance out here. We'll have to try and hide in the clouds.
Cease fire! They're trying to lose us in the clouds. After them!
Steady as she goes. Number 2, prepare for drop launch. All weapons stand. Miss Tron, please report to the bridge.
That little ship's faster than she looks. Launch the drops! Don't let him get away!
And all these reactions, the devs just
See you
nailed it.
escape this time.
Kiesel's expressions are just so good. I love it all.
I'm picking up a large number of little ships closing in on us. Mega Man, can you take them out?
Okay, think you can take these guys out in one volley?
Maybe.
Mission start!
Oh, you missed one. You missed a couple. Okay, well, it's not that bad.
Where's the last one? Hey, get back over here.
Oh man, he's just camping out.
There we go.
There we go.
Whoa, they're right on top of us.
I'm on it, Mega Man. Here we go!
Impossible! They shot down all the Drox! But they bought us enough time to catch up with Blue Boy there! Huh? Where'd they go? They're gone!
Diesel, they're underneath us. They're right below the Gessel shaft.
Underneath? They couldn't have! They must have discovered our weak spot! Battle stations! It looks like they're serious. They want to go out fighting, just like cornered rats!
Oh,
On their
man.
toes, everyone!
These lines are great.
Okay, Mega Man, now it's our turn.
Okay, action
Take out
time.
their weak points one by one. Diesel, there's a fire
Nice.
too.
I knew there was an I in Teasel. Yeah, the instruction manual spelled that wrong
What?
too.
Gunners! What do you think you're doing?
Did they? Oh.
Yeah.
Knock them out of the sky!
Aim for the underside and the engines on their wings. The armor should be thinner there. Mega Man. It's working. Keep it up.
Oh, come on. Dang, I feel like you only need one more shot or so there. Want to use the active buster?
Save it for the.
Hmm.
At least I got the.
Uh-oh. We're taking too many hits.
Another hit? What kind of firepower are they packing on that little ship?
Which one's the rocket launcher?
What? They're still flying? There must be someplace we haven't hit yet. Where could it be?
Oh boy.
Aim for that spell marker. That has to be it.
Man.
Man, I'm having a lot of issues with the ball for some reason.
Mission
Huh.
complete!
I'm not sure if the rocket launcher you're referring to is the active buster or not,
Mega Man, if we're not
but
careful, we'll be caught in
we're
the
saving
explosion.
ammo for this
We've got
next
to get out
fight.
of here.
Yeah.
Right.
Never put a weak spot under the bridge. Yeah, it's not the smartest thing to do. Well, that's a good question. Where did they keep all the surf bots when the main ship blew up?
They're in.
But
There's
they
stuff
still
inside the
managed
wings
to
of
get
this
me.
thing.
Can't move my arm. It's up to you, Trump. Get him.
Leave it to me, Teasel.
If you press like their little like screw on top of their heads, like hard enough, they turn into actual like Lego people. Like they're that small. You just put them in your pocket.
Man, next gen technology.
I'll show them.
The surf bots are immortal. Yeah, see, that's the thing. They could fall from 1,000 feet in the air and be just fine.
Taking too many hits.
Oh, nice dodging. Probably hit the flutter, though. Ah, can't activate.
Man, you're not hitting it at all.
Probably have to wait for him to swoop down again. Like, it doesn't seem like you have a lot of range in the active buster right now. Oh, can't even find him. That's nice.
Come on.
There's the damage you want.
You hit by those, yeah. Got hit by him. Ooh, that's bad. Alright, we're gonna put this on for a second.
Oh, don't feel bad about that, Tuga. My older brother still does that to this day. Pronounces surf bots as server bots. Yeah, there is a lock-on feature, but you have to be rooted to the ground in order to use it.
Yeah,
And-
you did.
Yeah, you don't want to be rooted to the ground in this fight because the missiles will come after you.
Sorry, Teasel.
One Legends 2 is a lot better. This one, it sucks. I don't like the lock on in this game.
Kind of, yeah.
It just goes all over the place, and it's not very accurate.
Mm-hmm.
We lost.
Congratulations, murderer.
What can I say?
those are really wise words from Teasel, though. Like, you know, I think we've all had that experience where we try our best and we discover our best isn't good enough. Just gotta roll with it.
Yeah, it's every time I stream.
They did eject, didn't they?
I don't think so.
Maybe. Maybe we should have taken it easier on them.
Maybe.
Alright, well, let's go ahead and end it here then.
Yep. Well, that was good progress.
Yeah.
You should get a drink from your own refrigerator every now and then.
Whoops.
This scene actually activates the second you activate the terminal of the, you know, for the main gate. It does not activate, you know, when you
Sorry,
beat the
bro.
bonds. It comes in before that, actually. I think it actually triggers when you fly back to, you know, to your destined, like, back to Cadilloc's. Yeah, give them the fist pump like an MML2.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's the thing, Kerplop. Roll never actually sounds super upset about that, but I don't know. She's weird anyway, we all know that.
She's like, oops, Mega Man, haha, get out.
Alright, well, do we want to wrap it up here?
Yeah, I think this is a good spot.
Okay, well, we talked about everything we wanted to talk about. There's the the ZX and Zero collection coming out. There's going to be a TGS Mega Man event on September 15 at 12 p.m. Japan time. We'll see what happens with that. And there's also a Legacy collection that Capcom's putting out. And yeah, I think that's about it. Stay tuned for more news. Anything you want to talk about, Josh?
The Zero collection comes out January 21st, I think.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. So, a bit ways off, but you know, it's still cool it's happening in the first place. So.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Will we
we're
be streaming the Unity event? I don't know. Probably not. Depends on what time it is.
Yeah, it'll really depend on what time what it is. We were able to watch the boot one, so maybe this one will be possible too.
We just we'll have to see if the stars align.
Okay, well, if that's it, I think we can just wrap up here.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thanks again, folks, for tuning in. Always a pleasure to chat with you. Awesome game, and as well as any news happening in the big old world of Mega Man. But yeah, we'll catch you next week with more Mega Man Legends. So, until next time, guys, keep fighting the good fight, and as always, Legends never die.
Legends never die. Ha ha hoo.
All right, see you, folks, and have a great weekend.
Bye bye.
Bye.